My child, I need you to stop everything right now. Close whatever else you have open. Turn off the distractions, because what I am about to reveal is not casual content. You cannot half listen to this while multitasking. This demands your complete attention, your total presence. I just discovered something about you, something that left me speechless, something that explains everything. Why you have been attacked so relentlessly, why people you trusted most turned on you, for no reason, why your life has been inexplicably harder than others, and most importantly, why despite everything falling apart, something inside you absolutely refuses to surrender. My beloved, you are carrying a gift, not just any gift, a gift so rare, so powerful, so utterly unique that I cannot express its value in human terms. We are talking trillions of dollars. Not millions, not billions. Trillions. And here is what shook me while preparing this message. The enemy knows he has known about your gift since before you were born, and he has been trying to buy it your entire life. But Archangel Michael has been watching over you, protecting you from offers you could not see, guarding your soul from transactions happening in realms beyond your awareness. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications, because what I am about to reveal about this forbidden gift will permanently change everything. How you see every temptation, every shortcut, every suspiciously convenient opportunity that has appeared in your path. Drop 777 in the comments. If you have felt that something inside you is worth more than everything the world has offered you so far, let me take you to a dimension few people understand. There is a spiritual economy, operating parallel to the physical economy. In this economy, gifts of the soul have assigned values, not arbitrary values. Values based on rarity, based on potential impact, based on capacity for transformation. Most people never think about this. They live their entire lives unaware that they carry internal treasures, treasures that surpass any material wealth. But spiritual entities know this perfectly, especially those operating in darkness. They can see what humans cannot see. They can perceive the value of a soul. They can measure the potential of a gift. And when they detect something extraordinarily valuable, they activate specific protocols to acquire it. You activated one of those protocols, not recently, from the moment you arrived in this world. Because what you carry inside is something the kingdom of darkness has desperately sought, not to destroy it. That would be too easy to understand, to buy it, to own it, to have you voluntarily surrender it, in exchange for something that seems valuable but is not. This is critical for you to understand, my child. The enemy of your soul operates under rules he cannot violate. One of those rules is free will. He cannot take what is yours without your consent. He cannot steal your gift. He cannot rip it from you by force. He can only do one thing: offer you something in exchange, convince you to surrender it voluntarily, make the trade seem favorable, when in reality you are losing infinitely more than you gain. This has been happening in your life, more than you imagine. Every time you were offered a shortcut that compromised your integrity, that was a purchase offer. Every time an opportunity appeared requiring you to betray your values, that was a purchase offer. Every time the easy path presented itself right when the right path became difficult, that was a purchase offer. The devil has been negotiating with you, and you, without knowing it, have been rejecting his offers, one after another, year after year, and that has left him absolutely frustrated, because your gift remains intact. It remains in your possession. It keeps growing in value, while he still cannot acquire it. And Archangel Michael stands guard, his flaming sword raised, between you and the forces that would claim what is not theirs. Now let me explain exactly what this gift is that you are carrying. It is not something you learned, not a skill you developed. It is something that came integrated into your soul from the moment of your creation, my beloved. Your forbidden gift is the ability to remain pure in corrupt environments. Let me explain why this is worth trillions. In the spiritual world, purity is the most valuable currency that exists. I am not talking about perfection. I am not talking about never making mistakes. I am talking about something far deeper. I am talking about that part of you that no matter what you have been through, no matter the mistakes you have made, no matter the falls you have taken, remains fundamentally intact. That part that refuses to become completely corrupted. That part that after every stumble seeks to rise. That part that feels discomfort in dark environments because it simply does not belong there. This is extraordinarily rare. Most people, when repeatedly exposed to darkness, eventually adapt to it. They become part of it. They stop feeling the discomfort. They normalize what should be unacceptable. But not you. You have been exposed to things that should have corrupted you. You have passed through environments that should have transformed you into something dark. You have faced temptations that should have eroded your essence, and something inside you simply refused. This is your forbidden gift. It is forbidden because the world system does not want it to exist. Darkness needs everyone to eventually become corrupted. It needs purity to be gradually eliminated. It needs every soul to eventually give in and join the low frequency. But you are an anomaly, an error in the corruption matrix, someone who should have fallen long ago, but remains inexplicably standing. And Archangel Michael knows why. He has been whispering to your spirit in moments of weakness, strengthening you when you thought you could not go on, reminding you of who you truly are when the world tried to convince you otherwise. If you are feeling a deep connection with this message, consider hitting the super thanks button below. Your support helps me continue creating transformative content like this. This has incalculable value, my child, because every person who maintains their purity in a corrupt world becomes a point of light that illuminates others, becomes living evidence that it is possible not to give in, becomes embodied hope for those who thought corruption was inevitable. Your simple existence, your simple persistence in remaining who you truly are, has the power to transform realities, to awaken others, to remind them that they too can resist. This is what is worth trillions. Not because of what you can do, because of what you are, because of what you represent, because of the possibility you demonstrate. With every day you refuse to become what the world wants you to be. Now let me show you the specific offers the enemy has been making you. Because when you understand his tactics, you can recognize them more easily in the future. The first offer is called the immediate relief offer. This offer appears when you are at your lowest point, when the pain is intense, when the pressure is unbearable, when you feel you cannot take another day. At that exact moment, an exit appears. But that exit has a price. It requires you to compromise something of your essence, to accept something that goes against your values, to take a shortcut that moves you away from who you really are. The offer says, I can take away this pain right now. You just need to do this. And what you need to do always involves surrendering a piece of your gift, your integrity, your authenticity, your purity. Think about the times this has happened in your life, moments of desperation, moments where a solution appeared that seemed too good, an opportunity that would solve everything, a person offering exactly what you needed. But something did not feel right. Something inside you doubted. even though your logical mind could not find reasons to doubt. And eventually, that offer revealed its true nature. It turned out to be something different from what it promised. It had hidden costs. It would have required sacrifices that were not worth it. Those moments were purchase offers, and your instinctive rejection was your gift protecting you. Archangel Michael was also there, placing doubt in your heart, creating hesitation where the enemy wanted certainty, giving you just enough pause to say no. The second offer is called the belonging offer. This one is particularly effective with chosen ones, because chosen ones, by their very nature, feel like outsiders, feel different, feel misunderstood, feel alone in a world that does not recognize their value. The belonging offer appears disguised as a group, a community, a circle that finally gets you, that finally sees you, that finally values what you have. But there is a condition to belong. You must compromise certain parts of yourself. You must adapt to their frequency. You must accept their values, even if they do not align with yours. The offer says, here is the acceptance you have been seeking. Here is the recognition you deserve. You just need to become a little more like us. And that little more always means a little less like you. You have seen this offer multiple times. My beloved groups that seemed perfect at first, but required you to suppress your light to fit in. Communities that promised authenticity, but demanded conformity. Circles that offered belonging, but only if you abandoned parts of your essence and you rejected them. Not because you did not want to belong. You desperately wanted to belong. But something inside you refused to pay that price. That was your gift protecting you, and Archangel Michael surrounding you with his wings, reminding you that true belonging never requires you to betray yourself. Leave a comment below about which offer has been most persistent in your life. Your testimony might awaken someone else. The third offer is called the recognition offer. This is the most seductive, for those who have walked in obscurity, for those who have given everything and received nothing in return, for those who have remained faithful, while watching others who compromised receive all the applause. The recognition offer appears disguised as a platform, an opportunity, a moment to finally be seen. But it comes with a requirement. To be seen, you must present yourself in a way that is not quite authentic. You must tell a story that is not quite yours. You must project an image that is not quite real. The offer says, I can give you the visibility you deserve, the recognition you have earned, the platform that has been denied to you. You just need to package yourself differently. Say what they want to hear. Hide what makes them uncomfortable. Be palatable. You have encountered this offer more times than you remember. Opportunities that required you to diminish your message, to expand your reach, platforms that offered exposure, but demanded you soften your truth. Moments where success was available, if only you would compromise your authenticity, and you walked away. Not because you did not want recognition, you deeply desired to be seen. But something inside you knew that visibility gained through compromise was not worth having. That was your gift protecting you, and that was Archangel Michael showing you a better path. A path where recognition comes through authenticity, not through compromise. The fourth offer is called the control offer. This one is perhaps the most sophisticated. It does not appear as obvious evil. It appears as good sense, as wisdom, as protection. The control offer says, I can give you certainty. I can give you security. I can give you a guaranteed outcome. You just need to control everything. Trust no one. Depend on no one. Become self-sufficient, to the point where you do not need God, do not need others, do not need faith. This offer is dangerous, My child, because it masquerades as strength, as independence, as intelligence. But what it is really offering is isolation. Isolation disguised as autonomy, fear disguised as wisdom, pride disguised as power. You have been presented this offer in seasons of betrayal, in moments when trust was shattered, in times when you were burned by those you believed in. And the voice said, never again. Build walls, control everything, trust nothing. The whisper was convincing. You have been hurt because you were too open, too trusting, too vulnerable. The solution: close yourself off, become impenetrable. Build a fortress around your heart, so high that nothing and no one can reach you. Control every variable, leave nothing to chance. Become an island. But you did not completely. Yes, you learned discernment. Yes, you established boundaries. But something inside you refused to completely close off, refused to become so controlled that you could no longer be guided, refused to become so protected that you could no longer be transformed. You maintained a door, not wide open like before, but not completely shut either. A carefully guarded entrance that the right people could still access, the right opportunities could still access, the right guidance could still access. You chose wisdom over paranoia, discernment over cynicism, protection over imprisonment. That was your gift protecting you. That was Archangel Michael teaching you the difference between wise boundaries and hardened hearts. Because the enemy knows that a controlled soul is a limited soul. A soul so busy protecting itself that it cannot be used. So focused on not being hurt that it cannot be helpful. So committed to control that it cannot be led by divine guidance. And he would rather have you limited than powerful, rather have you safe than significant, rather have you controlled than called. Now here is what you need to understand, my beloved, about where you are right now. You are entering a specific phase, a phase that the enemy recognizes, the phase where purchase offers stop working. When a soul has consistently rejected every offer, when nothing they have tried has worked, when every tactic has failed, the strategy changes. If they cannot acquire your gift, at least they will try to prevent you from using it. If they cannot have you on their side, at least they will try to neutralize you. This is the phase you have been in. Attacks designed not to make you sell, but to keep you so busy surviving that you cannot manifest what you carry. Constant problems that drain your energy, distractions that consume your attention, situations that keep you in survival mode instead of purpose mode. But here is what the enemy did not calculate, that the same resistance that made you reject his offers also makes you impossible to contain permanently. That the same gift you protected now protects you, that the purity you preserved in times of corruption now becomes power that cannot be limited. And Archangel Michael is now fully activating your assignments. You are entering a new phase, the phase where your gift stops being just something you protect and becomes something you actively use, and the enemy knows it. That is why recent attacks have been more intense. That is why circumstances have been more difficult. That is why you have felt more pressure than ever. It is the last containment attempt before your gift manifests in its fullness. But it is already too late to stop it. What is coming toward you cannot be blocked. The rejections you made, the offers you declined, the exchanges you refused, all of that accumulated something, spiritual credit. And that credit is about to become tangible manifestation. Let me explain how this works. My child, in the spiritual economy, every time you reject a corrupt offer, something is deposited in your account. It is not money. It is something more valuable. It is authority. It is influence. It is capacity for impact. Every no you said to the enemy was a yes you said to purpose. Every rejected offer was an investment in your future. Every resisted temptation was a brick in the building of your destiny. And now that building is almost complete. The pieces are in place. The moment is arriving. Think about it this way. Each time you walked away from a corrupt opportunity, you made a deposit. Each time you chose integrity over convenience, you added to your account. Each time you maintained your values, when compromise would have been easier, you accumulated spiritual capital. And here is what most people do not understand about spiritual capital. It does not just sit there. It compounds, it multiplies, it generates returns that are exponentially greater than the original investment, that momentary pain you endured. By choosing right over easy, that is generating returns right now, that opportunity you walked away from, that everyone thought you were crazy to reject. That is accumulating interest in your spiritual account. That relationship you ended because it required you to compromise your essence. That is multiplying value even as we speak. What you have protected for so long is about to be revealed to the world. And it will be bigger than you imagine. Because the value of a gift does not decrease when it is preserved. It increases. It accumulates interest. It gains potency. Your gift today is worth infinitely more than it was worth when you started protecting it. Because every test you passed added a layer of depth. Every temptation you resisted added a layer of power. Every offer you rejected added a layer of authority. What you are going to manifest is not just the original gift. It is the original gift plus everything you have invested in it. Through years of protection, Archangel Michael says your time of obscurity is ending. Your time of manifestation is beginning. Share this video with someone who has also been rejecting offers, without knowing the value of what they were protecting. Now let me give you the final instruction. What you need to do with this revelation. First, you need to recognize what you have been doing. You have not just been surviving, you have been protecting something invaluable. Every day you did not give in was a victory. Every moment you maintained your integrity was a triumph. Every instant you chose the difficult path over the corrupt shortcut was an investment in your destiny. Stop seeing your story as a series of meaningless struggles. Start seeing it as the successful protection of a treasure worth trillions. Second, you need to prepare for manifestation. What you have protected is ready to be used, but using it requires intention, requires consciousness, requires you to stop just protecting and start projecting. Your gift of remaining pure in corrupt environments is not just for you, it is to illuminate others. It is to demonstrate that it is possible. It is to give hope. To those who believe corruption is inevitable, here is what this looks like practically. My beloved, you are going to start encountering situations where your presence alone shifts the atmosphere, where your simple refusal to participate in toxicity creates space for others to do the same, where your maintained integrity gives permission to those around you to stop pretending. This is not about being perfect. This is not about being preachy. This is not about pointing out everyone else's corruption. It is about being so grounded in who you are that your presence naturally elevates the frequency of every space you enter. You walk into a room where gossip is happening, and somehow the conversation shifts, not because you condemned anyone, but because your energy does not match that frequency. You are offered a shortcut that everyone else is taking, and you politely decline. And in that moment, someone watching gains courage to do the same. Start looking for opportunities to be light where there is darkness. Not in a forced way, in a natural way. Simply being who you are, in places where who you are is exactly what is needed. The world does not need more people pretending to have it all together. The world needs more people who are genuinely committed. Committed to staying true to themselves, regardless of the cost. And you are becoming that person. Third, you need to be alert to the final offers, because they will come. When the enemy feels he is losing, he makes final offers. Offers more attractive than all the previous ones. Offers designed to make you question whether it was really worth rejecting everything before. Do not give in now, my child. Not after everything you have protected. Not when you are so close to complete manifestation. The next offers will be the most seductive of your life. But they will also be the last. Resist them, and you will have crossed a threshold that can no longer be reversed. Now let me share with you what was recorded about your case. When a soul consistently rejects the enemy's offers, that is documented. A special note is added to that person's spiritual file. Your note says something you need to hear. It says, "This soul has demonstrated incorruptibility under extreme conditions." Incorruptibility, not perfection, not absence of mistakes. Incorruptibility. The ability to remain fundamentally intact, regardless of circumstances. This classification changes how you are treated by heaven, changes what kind of assignments you receive, changes what level of trust is placed in you, changes how big the doors are that open. Because heaven seeks people it can trust with important treasures. People who are not going to sell what is entrusted to them when the right offer appears. People who have demonstrated through years of testing that their loyalty is not for sale. You are one of those people, and the assignments coming toward you will reflect that level of trust. Archangel Michael himself has vouched for you. He has presented your case before the throne, and approval has been granted. If this revelation has moved something deep within you, and you want to support this mission, the Super Thanks button is a powerful way to sow into content that transforms lives. Every contribution helps reach more chosen ones. Finally, you need to understand the message that was recorded specifically for you. Not a generic message, a message for your specific situation. It says this: "To you who have protected what was given to you, you have done something few achieve. You kept your essence intact. In a world designed to corrupt it, you rejected offers others would have accepted without thinking. You chose temporary pain over permanent corruption. This did not go unnoticed. Every rejection was recorded. Every resistance was documented. Every time you chose difficult but right over easy but wrong, something was added to your account. That account is full now. What is coming toward you is the result of everything you invested. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is return on investment. Investment of integrity, investment of purity, investment of resistance. Your forbidden gift will stop being forbidden. It will become your greatest instrument of impact. What the enemy wanted to buy will be exactly what he will most regret, not being able to acquire, because you will use it to free others. From the same offers you rejected, Archangel Michael walks with you now, his sword clearing the path ahead, his wings sheltering you from attacks you cannot see, his voice guiding you toward your destiny. Walk forward knowing that your value is non-negotiable. My beloved, that what you carry has no price, that no offer, no matter how attractive it seems, is worth what it would cost you to accept it. You are guardian of a treasure worth trillions, and you have proven yourself worthy of that responsibility. If this revelation awakens something deep in your soul, if you recognize that you have been protecting a gift that has no price, and if you confirm your commitment to never sell it, no matter what they offer, write 777 in the comments to seal this declaration in the spiritual realm. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications to receive more revelations about your true identity and the incalculable value of what you carry. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. Together, we are stronger. Your journey is not over, it is just beginning. And what is ahead is greater than anything behind you. Archangel Michael says, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Your battles have not been in vain. Your reward is coming."